All right. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how this breadboard works. So it's probably a little bit hard to see, but there are some numbers here. For example, this is a little number 30. This is a little number 35. Right here is 40. Notice they go in 5-unit increments. So these are to number the rows, so it makes it easier to communicate. This is row 35. And notice, if you look up here, I don't know, I can scoot this if you want. Notice there's also column labels, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. There's also these two special ones called rails. So this is the positive rail and this is the negative rail. How are these things wired up? So everything in this positive rail is connected together. So all of this column, these are all connected by a piece of metal underneath. Likewise, all of this negative rail is connected. And the idea is, how do you use this? You could put in a wire here, anywhere you want, in this rail. And then I could connect the other end of this wire to a positive terminal of a battery. I could connect to the positive terminal of a battery with this wire. And then I could connect this rail. And again, these two wires are connected underneath. And I could connect that to any other spot. So I could go over here to, say, row 26, ABCD, if I could actually plug it in. Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing here. And this wire is pretty crappy. Alright. There. Oh my gosh, that shouldn't have taken that long, but it did. That's life. So again, this is row 26, A, B, C, D. Hopefully you can see that. Okay? Again, row 26C. Okay, it's 26D. Now, great. Pull that out of there. The rows are connected in a funky way. In this case, let's say I'm right here in row 25. Okay, so notice in row 25, A, B, C, D, and E are all connected together with a piece of metal underneath. Not by column, by row. The rails are by column, the numbers are by row. But F, G, H, I, J are not connected to A, B, C, D. So these 5 in 25 are connected together. Separately, these 5 are connected together. If I need to connect one row to another, again, I could connect the two parts of row 25 together by putting one in here and one in any one of these 5, and now all of this row is connected if I really need it. If that's not there, these 5 are separate from these 5. Okay, so now I tried to draw up a little circuit here. Hopefully you can see it. And what I want to do is I want to take 2 resistors, and this is what a resistor looks like. If you don't know, let me make sure you can see that. So here's a resistor, and it's kind of hard to see. So what I did is I just took some regular resistors and added tape to them and labeled them so you can see them better. So notice this is just one of those with a piece of tape on it. So what I want to do is I want to put R1 and R2 in parallel. That means I put one end in line 35, the other end in line 40. Alright, so let's try and do that. So R1, what did I say, line 35 to line 40. Okay, so there's R1. Now I've got R2, also line 35 to line 40. Finally, I want to put R3 in series with this parallel combination. So these two are in parallel, this one is in series with that parallel. So here's R3 from 40 to 45. I'll try and flatten those out so you can actually see it a little bit. I'll get out of the way, let Angus zoom in there. So hopefully you can see that again. Line 35, they're connected here. All 3 are connected in line 40, and then this one. Now if you wanted to connect this to a battery, what would you do? you could literally just clip here and clip there and send these wires out to a battery. Or if you want to be able to see things a little bit better, you could put a red jumper wire here and you could run it over to the positive rail. Maybe. That red wire is giving me trouble today. And then you could take another wire, black wire, but all I have right now is a white wire. So I could run this white wire, again, from the same row over to the negative rail. Get that down in there. And now what you can see is, if this positive rail was connected to a battery, okay, we'd have the positive terminal of the battery connect to this wire, which then connects to both of these, etc. on out. And I think that's pretty good. Again, rails go by columns, rows are numbered, and this half is not connected to that half. Let's call that good.